Okay, this is a guitar lesson on how I personally prefer to tune my guitar to drop D. There's two ways that you can do it really that I've done. You can take your lowest string, or they call it the E string, and take it a whole step lower to D. And so basically you start out at an E, so an E would sound like this. That's an E. And they call this lowest string the E string. You could probably just call it the lowest string. But I like to take, when I'm going to drop D, I only take the lowest string, which is the E string, down a whole step. So I go. And you can check it by going to the third to lowest string. And just see if they match up kind of a little bit. See, now they're the same. So that's the drop D setting. You can also take your highest string, which is the E string, down a whole step if you want to complete the low drop D tuning. Now it does give your guitar a lower sound when you're playing up here on the low strings. Now it sounds a little bit deeper and lower and almost like a bar chord, but lower than normal bar chord. And there's a lot of ways to play in drop D. I think it's interesting to see how different people play there. You can kind of you can make a D chord sound a lot lower than it did in a regular tuning by simply going to different shapes that you used to play. Like now it sounds a lot lower, but it's just that D chord with a low drop D on the low E string. It sounds a lot fuller. You can make D's sound a lot fuller. As far as other chords sounding a lot fuller, they might, depending on what shape you use. A bar chord, instead of a bar chord looking like this used to, now it's just simply that, like a, whereas before it was more of a, or like a, now it's just a simple 1 fret 3 string bar. So have fun.